Count your blessings, name them one by one. Count your blessings, see what God has done. Count your blessings, name them one by one, and it will surprise you what the Lord has done. Today I've come to tell us that we should learn to appreciate God. We should learn to give God all the glory, no matter how little what He has done. We should learn to give God all the praise and appreciate Him at all times. It is important that we get a book that we call a book of testimonies, where we can write one or two things that God has done for us, or what God does for us daily. It's not about not you just assuming or saying, oh, some of my mates are in the hospital, some of my mates are this. Of course, I know God has done that as well. But there are some specific testimonies God does in our lives daily that we easily forget, so that we cannot forget that. That is the reason we should always learn to remember. Even in the Bible, it usually says that, and thou shalt remember the Lord thy God, and thou shalt remember the Lord thy God that delivered thee in those days, delivered their father from the land of the Egypt and from the hands of Pharaoh, the enemy. So, as much as we want to remember, it is normal. Oh my God, it is easy. God knew that it is very easy for us to forget what He has done for us. That is the reason He will usually say that, and thou shalt remember the Lord thy God, and thou shalt remember the Lord thy God. So, as much as we want to remember God's testimonies and God's love for our lives, we should get a book where we can write a book of testimonies. Each time God did it, or each time God has done it, or you don't even understand how God has done it. Some of us, we don't have a job for a very long time, and we've been eating, we've been drinking. No, but you don't even know how you've been, you've been even eating more, as at this time you don't have a job. You have been, taking care. You just found out that there is a way. You don't even know how. You don't know how you've been feeding, you don't know how you've been taking care of yourself, but you just found out that you've been eating, you've been feeding, you've been fine. You didn't die, you've been so scared that, oh my God, now that I lost my job, I don't know what to do and all that. It's a testimony. Your life is a testimony. It is good that you have your book of testimonies in order for you to learn to appreciate God, and at the same time, in order for you to also go back to it whenever you're in any situation. If you have your book of testimonies, you'll be able to go back to it and see what God has done in your life. The same God who did those things in your life can repeat that and can do the same thing in your life presently, and will continue to be faithful forever. You understand? So at the same time, it is also good that those book of testimonies will help you to also, encourage others whenever they're passing through similar situations. You can tell them and say, at this particular time of my life, I was down, and God did this for me. He provided for me. He healed me from sickness, and I'm healthy. Here I am. You know, you can always use that as an opportunity to bring people to light, to bring people and encourage them and tell them that no, has not left you behind. If God can do this in my life, definitely yours is a very simple situation. So I've come to admonish us this morning to say to us that we should learn to keep our testimonies. We should learn to keep tap on our testimonies and count our blessings, because God is always faithful. If the same God who did it yesterday, He is the same God who will do it today, and it's the same God who will keep doing it forever. All we need doing is to continue to give Him all the glory and to continue to give Him all the praise. Shout hallelujah!